So today I'm trying to introduce an effortless way to prep your food for dinner. All those veggies there is actually around 3 to 4 days worth of veggies. We're not going to eat that much. But tonight, and instead of this portion of the salmon, I want you to think in this way, like if you go out to eat, how big do you want your salmon to be? And then you can judge from there. So this is for me and my son, maybe 1.5 meals here. And then we got some egg whites. There are 3 egg whites here. And then 2.5 cups of rice. And so for me and my son, 2.5 cups will be a pretty good sized dinner. So, and we will steam the rice. We will not be using a rice cooker. This is only for measurement. So therefore, this is very important. It comes back to the ratio of the rice and water. So this is by gram. Yeah, by gram. So there are 2.5 cups, and then you actually have to measure out how much rice, how heavy of the rice is 387 grams. That means you will have 387 grams of water going in, which means actually that's including after you wash the rice and the rice is wet and everything. And that's how much it includes, including those water too, not just after you wash the rice. So therefore, this is dry weight right now, 387, and we'll wash the rice. So it was 387 grams of dry rice. After washing, it has water, and then so it comes to 519. So you want to add around 95% weight of water. That will come to 775. So 775. A little bit over. You want to be under. You do not want to be over. So let's try again, 759. You do want to be very precise on this because you are not using a rice cooker to cook. And you want to be under a little bit, couple grams is okay. Because the reason why is because the veggies, when it's cooking, it will have water contents coming out that will make up for a little bit of the water. So it's okay. And then so that is the perfect ratio of one weight of rice to 0.95 volume of water. So 1 gram of rice to 0.95 gram or milliliters of water. And then that's all done. And then you can see the veggie. What I do, this is 3 to 4 days worth of veggies. So I don't actually need that much. So, but however, once I prep it, I will have it for the next couple days. And I just have to grab, and I don't have to keep repeating the washing process. And you will see how I put a little towel under the colander, under the veggie. And then you can cover it up like this. And this, you can stick the whole thing inside the fridge. And it will be just fine. So therefore, this is my fridge. And you can see, and it will just stay there, and it will stay fresh for the next 2-3 days. It will be fine. What we do right now is to get all those rice in here, and then you can put the fish on top. So this is the wok pan that I use. I can put a link down in the description. But and this is, I only have 2, 1 and 2. That's all I use. And this will do to cook this. We are basically cooking the rice inside here, and then with the fish on top, the fish will have grease. So therefore, the oil will go into the rice and the flavor will go into the rice. And then also at the end, we add the veggie, and after it's done, and then we add the egg, and then that's it. I basically sit and watch TV while I'm doing this. So therefore, we put the fish on. So we put the fish on, and you can clean your plates, clean other things. So at the end, you don't really have that many things to clean because the only thing that is with grease is the fish. With all the veggies and everything, you just rinse. And then you can close it up and then sit the whole thing. Wait, close it up. Sit the whole thing onto the stove. Ooh, this is heavy. All right, and then just let it sit. You can cook right away, but I found that if you let it sit for 30 minutes for the water to actually get into the rice, and after the whole cooking process, the rice will be extra better. So you can try that. So we let it sit for 30 minutes. I do. You don't have to. And so this is where I have a timer for 30 minutes. It can be 15 too, as long as the water get into the rice, or it will just taste better. It doesn't have to be 30, but I do 30. You can do 15, it works too. And then now you can go to watch TV or do other things. So remember I had 2 calendar of veggies, so this is what I do to leave them in here. And by the way, I do buy all the meats from Costco, so in large quantity. So therefore, everything I'll cut it out in packs like that. So when I need it, I just take out a pack, and 1 pack is 1 dinner. So therefore, these are the veggies I'm going to eat with my son tonight, and I will cut them up. Usually, we are talking about like in this size. So you just have to droop like that, chop, chop, chop. Couple chops, that's it. And then put it back in the colander, and that can wait. And because majority of things are not greasy, rice is not greasy, veggie is not greasy, you can just rinse a simple rub. I personally, I always use a steel wool with a little sponge. The steel wool do most of the jobs. The sponge is only for washing anything with Teflon, like the rice cooker. Otherwise, I don't really use the sponge. Majorly I use this. Couple rub, that's it. And then it's really easy to wipe. You just water. And then we have everything ready. Rice and fish are still in here waiting. And you can tell the rice is actually getting soaked up, you know. If I want to, I can start right now. But I'm not in a rush today. And then the veggie is ready, egg is ready, everything is ready. Everything is clean. So when you are done with stuff, when you're done with cooking, that just rinse out. That is egg white, or even with the yolk, it's not grease. So you can just rinse it and scrub it out. And a little light scrub is fine. And then that's it. All you have to really wash is the wok and the bowls you eat with. That's it. And I will show that later. See you in 17 minutes. So as you can see, so where the timer is coming down. So all you need to do, you don't open the lid. You try not to open the lid at all. And for the whole process. And what you do is turn on to medium heat. You turn it on to medium heat for 5 minutes. The goal is to have the water be boiling. Once the water boils, turn down the heat as much as possible to the minimal heat and let it cook for 15 minutes. So we'll let it at medium heat 5 minutes, and then minimal heat for 15 minutes. Counting now. So right now it has hit the 5-minute mark. You cannot see anything, but you can hear the crackling and bubbling inside, so it's good. So therefore, you turn it all the way down to minimal heat and cook it for 12 minutes actually, because we have to put the vegetables in. So you cook it for 12 minutes, we throw the vegetables in, throw all this into here, and then we cook it an extra 3 minutes, and then we turn off the fire, we turn off the heat, and then we dump the egg white in, and then let it sit for 20 minutes. So there's a lot of waiting time, and that's why I really like about this. And also you don't have many dishes to wash. So it's about time to put in the veggies. So you try to do it fast. That's what it looks like. And then veggie in, veggie in, veggie in. I only got one hand. And you try to do it as fast as possible so you don't lose the heat. Ah, no. Alright, yeah. Alright, and then just close this and then do an extra 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh. 1, 2, 3. So 3 minutes is up. And then you turn this off. And then you open the lid and then put the egg white in. You don't have to, but it's just a tradition that I like, and it's extra tasty. So again, you're trying to do it fast. Let me see. Like this. And then everything in. Okay, good, good. And then you just let it turn off the fire. And you turn off the fire, and you can see this is so fast. I even rinsed the bowl for the egg, and you let it sit for around 20 minutes. Fire is off, heat is off, so I have turned it off. Heat is off, and you let it, sit in this heat for 20 minutes or more if you want. 30 minutes, even 45 minutes. It's okay. It's not going to be overcooked, and you may ask, when do we put any seasoning in? Is it going to be bland? No, it's not, because we are going to put soy sauce at the end. So therefore, you just let it sit 20 plus minutes. So 20 minutes has passed, and this is close to the final thing. Ta-ta! And here is where the soy sauce comes. You don't really want a lot. Just want to give it a good swirl like that. Because if you went over, then you cannot go back. You went over too salty, you cannot really go back. So try to go light like this and then adjust from there. Everybody has a different palate. And then what you do is you can mix them up, or you can just cut it in half, because there's only me and my son. So you cut it in half and then scoop out a half. So I'm going to mix it up today. So you can mix it up. You really want to go down to the bottom of this. Personally, I like to break up the fish. You don't have to, it's up to you. And you can tell the fish is cooked all the way. Ta-da! And then, you just mix it up like this. You're not gonna have a tough time to clean this because it's just rice. And then you soak it in water while you are eating. By the time you are done with dinner, this is an easy scrub with a steel sponge. And this will also be nutritious because there is fish, veggies, rice, egg white. If you want egg yolk is in there, it's fine too. And then I think I might add a little bit more soy sauce. It might seem like I'm adding a lot, but when you're tasting it, you can tell. All right, this is done. Dinner is served. So let me grab. Bowl. Yeah, my bowl is big. And then you can tell by splitting it in half, and that's how much my son will eat. And that's how much he can eat. But when you look at it like this, it's not really that much. And also, it's something great to watch TV and munch on. something like that. Ta-da! All right, happy. Enjoy the dinner. Hope it helps. And the purpose of this is I hope you'll find it effortlessly. There's a lot of waiting time. In the waiting time, you can do so many other things. And also, you'll find out, look, there's only one wok, one bowl or 2 bowls, 3 bowls max to wash. That's it. And you'll have a wok like this. Just soak it a little bit. Like that. As long as it's wet, it'll be okay. And then you just, with some soap in there and scrub, everything comes right off. It's like a 2-minute wash. And I'll actually just wash really fast. So you put some soap in there, get some water to get the water soapy, and then it's a really easy scrub. Whoops. And also, because you did not need to stir fry or anything, the stove is absolutely clean. And you can tell, look, everything comes off. You just rinse off the soap. And all you have is just 2 bowls to wash after dinner. 3 bowls max. And everything comes off really easy and clean. You can worry about the sink. I sometimes clean the sink after, but I'll worry about that later. And you see, the wok is all clean. And I get a towel. Get a towel to dry it. And that's it. And you can tell, absolutely clean stove. Because there's nothing really, we just steam and water, that's it. All right, happy cooking, bye. Oh, I forgot to say, you can use other meat if you want. It doesn't have to be fish. I've tried chicken, I've tried pork too. And you can even go to get Costco rotisserie chicken. It tastes extra good in this rice. So that's about it. Have fun cooking.